So, I went through a breakup last week, which means it's time to talk about the 3-month rule. That's it. That's what we're going to talk about. Welcome to the Mostly All Figured Out podcast, where we get real about the messy, unfiltered process of becoming the person you actually want to be in your career, your family, your friendships, and your love life. And because accountability is everything for me and my ADHD brain, I'm going to take on a new healthy habit every month, and I'm going to bring you along for the ride. So we're going to be doing things like waking up early every day, tracking our spending, working out consistently, posting consistently on our business social media accounts, and together we'll see in real time whether this stuff actually makes a difference and is worth giving a try. I am truly so grateful that you are here, and I'm so excited for what's next for us. So let's get into the episode and become the best versions of ourselves together. Okay. Hey everybody, how's it going? Here's the thing. This is mostly all figured out. Okay? The whole premise of this podcast is that I keep it real with you. I keep it real. This shit is messy. I'm figuring it out. The point is for me to figure out, I can show you what I'm figuring out. Then that'll maybe help you figure your own shit out. But if I'm not real, then what's the point, right? So yeah, last week I told you about my boyfriend stopping me from making the chili. And thank God he did. Now I don't have a boyfriend anymore. Cheers. I don't actually have any wine. I need to go on a little detox because I've just been having a little bit too much fun, you could say. There's been a lot of occasions to celebrate lately, and my liver needs a break. So we're hydrating today. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about a little something that my therapist told me about that I thought, when she told me, I thought, yeah, that makes sense. But I'm smarter than that. Silly girl. So I'm going to tell you about it. Before we get to that, let me give you some background. So in case we never met, welcome to the Mostly All Figured Out podcast. This is your host, Emily Rose. I'm a single mom. I am a business owner. I have a event planning business for nonprofit organizations and some corporate stuff I do as well. I live in Western New York. It's where I grew up. I have been divorced, legally for about a year, little over a year, and separated for about 2.5. I had a really interesting marriage. I'm not going to get too much into it right now, but when I went through my divorce, because it was a really challenging marriage that took a lot out of me, and because the divorce process itself was really painful because I couldn't think of anything worse than starting to date at that time. I couldn't think of anything worse. So 2.5 years ago, my children were 7 and 2. I had to sell the house. I was heartbroken over the loss of what I thought my life was going to be. And I was dealing with a whole host of other things. And so adding in another person or opening myself up in that way to someone, that just like, I honestly was like, no. What I need right now is women. I need women, gays and theys. I need them to surround me and hold me. I need to laugh. I need to drink wine. I need to go to the gym. I need to write my gratitude. I need to paint the walls in my house. I need to make sure my children are okay. Couldn't think of anything worse. Now, fast forward to this year, and as my best friend Maria would say, I was starting to feel a bit twirly. I was feeling a little twirly. I started off by dating men that I knew I wouldn't want long-term anything with. I just thought, let's just have a little fun. I am I'm the oldest of 9 kids. We grew up in a very Catholic household. I wanted to be the best Catholic girl there ever was. And so I never really had a fun phase. I made out with a lot of people. I do love a good makeout session. But I could have some more fun, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, let's just have fun. Let's have fun. So I went out with people a couple of times, some dudes a couple of times. And yeah, I knew that none of it was going to go anywhere. And frankly, another old pastime of mine during my makeout fun stages were to argue with men who needed to be taken down a few notches. You know what I mean? Like when you meet somebody at a bar or like a friend of a friend and you can tell like they think real highly of themselves and like don't have the audacity to look at me and think that you're better than me because I'll kill you. So I did a little bit of that. I brought some guys down a few notches because why not? That's fun. That's fun for me. So I did that a little bit. And then I got in this relationship. It wasn't even a relationship. Like, I think I talked to this guy for maybe 2 weeks. Went out with him maybe 4 times. And that was the most I had talked to anyone. And so I thought, well, like I remember at one point thinking, am I starting to like have actual feelings for this person? Do I feel ready to try being in a relationship again? So I was entertaining the idea. That guy ended up being crazy. Oh, this is an unfortunate theme in my life. Yeah, so he ended up being nuts. So I ended that. But then I thought, okay, I think I am ready because these ideas were in my head. Let's try. After that guy I met on a dating app. So then I thought, I'm done with the apps. I'm not doing this anymore. I need to meet people in real life. So there was someone that I had sort of like seen before through other circles, and I knew we had a mutual friend. So I asked her, or no, actually, I think I just mentioned to her that like I thought he was attractive, and she's like, oh, well, I could set you up. So she did that. And I say this because just the arc of my dating experience has been so interesting. So I started off with these, like, be a nice person, Emily. Be nice. With these men who are not ready also for a relationship, okay? And then just, like, kept getting, like, more and more interested and okay with the idea of being in a relationship. So then I met this guy. He seemed so normal. Check yourself. He seems so normal. I think he is. He's a nice person. But it just didn't work out. And it was a bummer for me. I was upset. I was upset by it because I think for a lot of reasons, I had a lot of like built up anticipation and expectations not just from me, but from other people that like built it up to something before it was something. So, but that really made like confirmed like, no, I am ready. I want to try being in a relationship and see what that feels like. Now, before we got to the relationship that has now since ended, we had conversations with Deborah. Who's Deborah? Deborah is our therapist. We love Deborah. We love her. We love her. We love her. Get a therapist. Everybody needs a therapist. We all need therapists. So Deborah and I are working through some stuff. And she's like, what happened with this guy? And I'm telling her, and she's like, okay. And I'm giving her my theories. And she's like, listen, what I'm seeing here is you have a pattern of going to the extremes, which with this person and with anyone that I end up dating for more than 2 seconds, I do oscillate between these two extremes. The one side is if they so much as breathe in the wrong direction, according to whatever direction I think they should be breathing in that moment, I see that as a red flag and I am icked out by it and I have to go. The other extreme is I will be planning our futures together. I will be imagining us as dates at galas. I will be imagining us cooking Sunday meals together. I can do that with the same person back and forth many times. What stops me when I'm on the side where I have the ick is my friends who will say, Emily, you're doing it again. This is not that big of a deal. So Deborah was like, we got to keep you in the middle. We got to keep you in the middle. Because why? Here's why. The 3-month rule. So what Therapy Deborah said is that you do not know a person until you have been in a relationship with them for at least 3 months. She said for as long as she has been sitting in her chair for, she has seen it time and time again that relationships end at the 3-month mark. And it's interesting because I see friends of mine also experiencing similar phenomenon. But I really thought that I could figure things out before. But it is true, right? Like people are on their best behavior. They are on their best behavior when you first start to date. And I found this article. Well, I won't take credit for this. A friend of mine found this article validating this called Why Relationships End at 3 Months and What to Do. I'm going to put it in the show notes if you're interested in reading the whole thing. But basically the gist of it at the beginning is like dopamine. When you first start dating someone, it's like, oh, it's exciting. And especially if that someone has a way with words, you know, if they make you feel really pretty, if they happen to hit your love language, like immediately, especially when you're fresh on the relationship scene and you're not used to that, you get struck with the dopamine. Everybody does though, right? Someone new, you're attracted to them, they're attracted to you. Like the whole thing, your body is like, we're doing it. Don't care. Oh, red flag? What? I don't see it. Oh, they don't have any friends? That's fine. That's fine. I have plenty of friends for them. There were a couple interesting lines in this article that I want to read in relation to this specifically. So she wrote, you see their quirks as charming, their flaws as endearing, and their red flags as interesting character traits. I've had clients tell me things like, he's always an hour late, but he's just so spontaneous. Or she never asked me questions about myself, but she's just mysterious and independent. We all do it. If you want to be in a relationship, and I'm not the kind of person that, at least at this time in my life, that needs to be in a relationship. But I was very curious. I wanted to know what it felt like. So I was willing to look past some things. And I'm sure he did the same for me. And so the article goes on to say that there is an actual expiration date for the dopamine. It tends to start to wind down right at 3 months. And those rose-colored glasses that you have start to fade away. And you start to see the things. You start to see, like, the stuff that matters, right? Like, can this person handle difficult conversations? Is this person willing to put in the work? Do they know what it actually means to be in a relationship? What are other examples? All right, y'all, I have huge news. We officially have another sponsor of the podcast. And honestly, it could not be more on brand or more personal. I am talking about Mercury Salon and the one and only Felicia Cardinelli, aka my fairy or hairy godmother. You see what I did there? Did you see that? Did you see it? Felicia has been doing my hair for nearly a decade. She opened Mercury Salon in 2014, and I have been in that chair for many a personal crisis, but a lot of celebrations too, and literally everything in between. But the thing is, Felicia is not just a hairstylist. She is a hype woman, a therapist, a low-key nutritionist, a matchmaker, a business mentor, and she will call you out when you need to hear it. God knows I need to. When you walk into Mercury Salon, right in the heart of Allentown at 43 Allen Street in Buffalo, you're immediately wrapped in this energy of, like, relief. Like, I can breathe now. I'm safe here. Mama Felicia's gonna take care of me. You're offered a coffee. Maybe you put some Irish cream in there, or a glass of wine, perhaps just some water because we gotta stay hydrated, you know? And then you just settle in for what I like to call glam with a side of emotional reckoning. I'll be honest, I've never called it that, but that's what ChatGPT summed it up as. And it's not wrong. Seriously though, by the time you leave, you have a fresh look, a list of vitamins to buy, 3 new life goals, and a casual realization that maybe you do have mommy issues. It's a full spectrum experience, and it's all on a one-to-one basis with Felicia herself, who's been doing this for 30 years and is an American board certified hair colorist. She is legit. Her books are very busy because she is that good, but trust me, it is worth any amount of wait that you have to survive. So don't sleep on this. Call Felicia at 716-883-8800 to get yourself an appointment and get into the chair of the GOAT herself, Felicia Cardinelli. Mercury Salon, your favorite place to escape to and possibly cry a little, but in the best way. It's good for you. Are our lives headed in the same direction? Do we have the same relationship goals for where we're going? So all of that starts to show up at the 3 month mark. And the one thing I will say that I do want to say, if you do read this article, one thing that I disagree with is they said, here's a line from it: "These aren't superficial preferences. There are core needs that only become apparent once the chemical fog lifts. The problem is most people don't do this self-reflection before they start dating." So I'm disagreeing for myself specifically. I have a whole list of things. I have been acquiring ideas of what I think, what I want my future partner to be like, their personality, their, all the things. I have a whole list. So certainly, like, there's so much more work that I need to do on myself, obviously, 100%. But I also feel like I really do know the kind of person that I want to be with. And so for me, I think my issue was in the dopamine and was in everyone being on their best behavior and being who they would like to be, but maybe aren't. So I think what's missing in this article is that in addition to being on the dopamine high, we are all on that best behavior situation. And you just don't, like, people put extra effort in. It's not just like, putting a mask on to like your flaws or whatever. It's more so like putting in time and effort, maybe in an extra way at the beginning that you cannot actually sustain. So I really think it's a combo of both of those things. Now, that said, do I have any regrets of this latest relationship that I had? No, I really don't. I'm really grateful for it. I'm so grateful that I had that experience. I'm grateful for that person. They did a lot of really wonderful things for me, and emotionally and physically. And I think that while, yes, there were things that I saw and knew from the start, you just never really know. You have to be willing to take the risk. You got to fuck around and find out, You just have to. I could have walked away from that earlier, and I would have missed out on some really fun things that happened and in ways that he really did support me, that I really needed. And I also maybe would have questioned whether I walked away too soon or not. I know now. I'm sure that this is done. And I love having that confidence, So you might be asking yourself now, what do I do with this? 3 months. What do I do with this? Well, for me, I know, first of all, knowing that this is a real thing, but also this was my first relationship after divorcing. I haven't dated since 2013. So I forgot what it feels like. I forgot what that dopamine hit is like. I really did. So now I know, okay, this is what it's going to feel like the first couple months. And that's going to help me stay in check. But here's some things. Here's some tips from this article about what we can all do in whatever part of your dating history that you're on. Dating journey, not history. Dating journey that you're on. So number 1, do still make that non-negotiable list. So like I mentioned, they say in here most people don't do that. You should do that. Do you want to hear what's on my list? Let me tell you some things on my list. Let me pull it up. Pull up the part. Here we go. It's in my notes app. My ideal romantic partner. All right, let's see. A couple of things. Number 1, takes initiative, plans dates, makes decisions, doesn't need me to always lead, but lets me do that sometimes. Is a leader in his community. Oh, I'm going to add, no, I'm not going to do that right now. Knows what he wants, has goals, has passion projects, has hobbies, knows what makes him feel happy and fulfilled, likes to surprise me with gifts or experiences, or just his presence when I don't think he can make it. Always turns up when I really need him to or when I'm expecting him to. Shows me he's excited to see me. I can see in his facial expression that he's happy when I'm around. I know this might sound crazy, but I have unfortunately been in relationships with people where this is not the case. So I'm trying to be very specific. You have to be specific. Adores me. Right? Thinks I'm talented, beautiful. Can't get enough of me. I put some physical attributes in there. We're not going to list those off right now. Loves to cook and often makes meals without me asking him to. Prioritizes us and growing in our relationship, can talk through challenges, sees different perspectives, has empathy for me, but also stands up for his own feelings and perspective too. Makes travel plans for us, prioritizes his own growth, very sexy, is doing well financially, manages money well, has great relationships with his friends and family, is one of those people everyone is excited about when they show up to the function, excites me over what lies ahead for both of us because opportunities are endless, growth mindset, has a bit of banter in him, can take his ego getting knocked down and it won't destroy him, but he can dish it back. Very stuck to a routine, not in a way that I feel not important enough to shift it, but more so in a way that inspires me to stick to mine. It's something I'm really working on this year. Makes me feel safe, allows me to put my guard down and breathe when I'm around him, can be trusted to take care of me. So that's my list right now. I'm going to probably add some things after my experience, my recent experience, because you have to take from these things and learn. And I see that also as like a little manifesting list. I'm manifesting that person. They're out there for me. I know it. So make yours. Make your non-negotiable list and believe that it's possible for you. I believe that man is out there for me. I know it. Look at your number 2. This is what you should do. Look at your patterns and dating history. What themes are there? Do you tend to go for people who are emotionally unavailable? People you feel you need to prove your worth to? Have an honest look, especially if this is something that is important to you, if you are in a dating period of your life and you really are trying to find a relationship. Get a good therapist. Be real with yourself. Sit down, have those conversations, get the work done. I could do a whole episode about discovering these parts of yourselves, but I know for me that I have 2 opposing patterns when it comes to how I choose partners. Number 1, I tend to date, well, they're kind of opposing, right? I think I said that they're opposing. So I don't usually get this both in the same person. But so 1 is I often will date emotionally unavailable, avoidant men who I have to convince and beg to love and pay attention to me. Look what I can do for you. Look at how amazing I am. Whatever. I have to prove my worth. 2nd is dating emotional weenies with mommy issues who need me to take care of them, because caregiving is another way for me to prove my worth, and that's devastating. So do that for you. Figure out what it is for you so that you can catch it earlier. Number 3, expect the honeymoon phase to end and don't panic. That's the good part. I think when you get past the 3-month phase, the dopamine is starting to go down, and now you're getting to the real shit. Is this real? Is this going to work or not? We all, dating in your 30s and 40s, like we all carry so much baggage. Let's be honest. None of us have escaped emotional baggage. We all have been in relationships that have tried us. Not just romantic ones, like frankly, our parents, our siblings, our friends, like we all have emotional scars from relationships. And so it's important not only for you to recognize that in yourself, do that work for yourself, know what your patterns are, know where you might be triggered, know where you have struggled in the past with relationship stuff, but also you do have to be aware of the fact that the other person in the relationship is going to be carrying their own things too. So I try to, whenever I am met with some kind of resistance or something like that, to see the other person as, like, to see their reaction not as face value, to not take it for whatever it is in that moment, but to consider like, okay, where might this be coming from? Because it seems either extreme or left field or unrelated to what we're talking about, or, it just doesn't seem appropriate. an appropriate response. So then I think it must be coming from somewhere else. And so I try to give that person, I don't know if the benefit of the doubt is the right word. That's not right. But like consideration, and like consider that they're coming with their own set of luggages and trying to navigate through it. And what I hope is that, well, what I intend is that one day I will find a partner who has done this work themselves, has self-awareness to recognize those things, and also can match my consideration and see those things in me too. So at the end of the day, you have to look at the person that you're dating and you have to ask yourself, number one, are they worth the hard conversations, the icky working through communication styles, navigating misunderstandings, things like that? Are they worth that effort and time? It's time. It's time. It's emotional energy. It's all of it. And number two, are they even capable of having conversations like that? Are you on the same level? Are you on the same, when you're communicating with each other, are you talking about the same thing? Are you? Are you talking about the same thing? Because you might think so, but if you listen closely, you might actually be talking about two different things. I unfortunately have found myself in this situation many, many times. So these are the two things to consider. Is it worth it? Are they able to meet you where you're at? So in the end, I am single. I learned a lot. 3 months. I'm going to keep this in mind for future. I don't see myself getting in a relationship anytime soon. I don't. I think I am motivated right now. I have a lot. I'm ready to just like get back on my bullshit, if you will. I am ready for that. I am back in the gym. I am back on the mic. I have 5 events over the next 5 weeks. So I have a lot of stuff going on business-wise. I have a lot of stuff going on with my kids that that I'm focusing on supporting them through right now. But I'm going to keep this in mind. This is all really good information, and I hope it's helpful for you. I hope my experience helps you in some way. I hope if you're finding yourself in a new relationship and maybe you've noticed you've been looking past some stuff, 3 months is coming for you, babes. The 3-month mark is coming for you. And don't be surprised if it knocks you on your ass. What a ride it's been here in 2025. So my last piece of advice is, if you do find yourself in a relationship with someone and it turns out they're not the person that you thought they were, you should take a very attractive no, I can't. Rebound. Get a good rebound. Especially if all right. Well, this is fun. Thanks for listening. And next week, we're going to have an episode with Felicia Cardinelli, our sponsor. We love you, Felicia. Thanks for saving my hairs. Thanks for listening. Please rate, review, share. Follow us on Instagram at Mostly All Figured Out. You can support the pod now. Didn't say that before. I now have a little subscription thing where you can, I think it's either $5, $10, or $15 a month you can submit towards it. That sure would be amazing. Honestly, if anyone wanted to do that, I would just love it. You will find the link to do that in the show notes. You just click on it and then you sign up for it. It is through Buzzsprout, which is the platform that I use to produce this and post it everywhere. Host it. It's my host. So yeah, if you are up for that, sure would mean a lot to me. Okay. Bye.